Scientific notation, specifically what 10 to the second and 10 to the negative second mean. To begin with, I'll focus on 10 to the second. Notice the second is a positive 2. The exponent is positive. When your exponent is positive, you're going to be multiplying by 10. Now in this case, we're multiplying by 10 two times. So for example, if I have 2.6 times 10 to the second, which is in scientific form, that 10 to the second means I need to multiply by 2 tens. So I take the 2.6 and multiply it by 2 tens. I arrive at 260. This is the same as moving the decimal to the right twice because the power on the 10 is 2. Now if I start off with the number in standard form, like 800, I know I need the decimal right after the 8, or right after the first non-zero digit, to be in scientific notation. So I have 8 times 10 times 10. Now you may wonder why I know that I need 2 tens. Well, the reason is that originally this was 800, and now I've changed it to 8. So I need to multiply by 10 times 10, which is really 100. 800 is the same as 8 times 100. So in scientific notation, this is 8 times 10 to the second. Next, we'll take a look at 10 to the negative second. Here the exponent is negative. When your exponent is negative, that tells us that we are dividing. So because the power is 2, we are dividing by 10 two times. In scientific notation, I have 9.1 times 10 to the negative second. I need to take the 9.1 and divide it by 10 twice. Twice because the exponent was 2, and divide because the exponent was negative. I arrive at the answer of 0.091, or 91 thousandths. This is the same as moving the decimal to the left twice. If I go and look at 9.1, I move it to the decimal left twice, I arrive at 0.091. Now let's say I start in standard form. I start with 0.051. I know that my decimal needs to be right after the 5 to be in scientific notation. But if I change it to be right after the 5, now it reads 5.1. That's a lot larger than what I had started with. So I take the 5.1 and divide it by 10 two times. 2 times in this case because I moved that decimal 2 times to the right. And I need to take the 5.1 in scientific notation and divide it by 10 to make its value smaller than the actual 5, so it's equivalent to the 0.051. Now when I divide by 10 twice, I write that as 5.1 times 10 to the negative second.